Major League Baseball is sorta investigating Shohei Ohtani, but not really. The Lakers have allegedly settled on a lineup that works. Allegedly. And Keenan Allen's agent didn't appreciate the Chargers' spin on his client. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the Faithful Angelenos Morning Report. So, it is March 23rd, 2024. Back in St. Loser misery. So miserable I just turned back the hands of time to make it show how long I've been here. But whatever. Let's just talk LA sports and be happier. If you like being in the know about LA, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It lets you know we drop new content. And comment. I'll hear from you guys. Before we go through the news and notes and look at the scoreboard, Anthony Davis scored 23 points, LeBron James added 20, and the Lakers, very workmanlike, defeating Philadelphia 101-94. Meanwhile, Paul George scores 31 points, and the Clippers defeated Portland 125-117, the ninth consecutive time the Clippers have beaten Portland. Orlando and Angel City FC 1-1 tie. Claire Emsley scored for the locals. Meanwhile, today, Tampa Bay is at the Kings at 7:30. It is Galaxy game day. The Galaxy are at Sporting Kansas City at 5:30. Both teams are undefeated going into the match. And Nashville is at LAFC at 7:30. The Black and Gold have not scored in their last 3 matches. So, yikes. Now, yesterday I posted a clip titled, "No, Shohei Ohtani is not Pete Rose." And I said that because the speculation, the wild, unfettered speculation on what happened with Shohei Ohtani and his interpreter and a bookmaker, it's just throwing everybody into these convulsions of conspiracy theories. And yes, I am aware that Major League Baseball is going to investigate. But he's still not Pete Rose. Pete Rose, according to Major League Baseball, did bet on baseball. This investigation in total is clearly due to building public pressure. But is MLB going to investigate Ohtani? No. At least not yet. They're investigating the interpreter. And why? Because the interpreter's stories conflict. The interpreter, who is or probably was Ohtani's friend, said the MVP helped him pay off a gambling debt. Ohtani's lawyers said, "Oh no, he didn't." And then they referred everything to law enforcement. So here's the upshot of this investigation. Ohtani doesn't speak English. Hence, he needed an interpreter who he knew for what? A decade? Maybe more? Now look, if your one lifeline to society in a foreign country goes through one guy, one interpreter, and you're filthy rich, doesn't that make you a target for fraud by that same person? The interpreter could have said anything to Ohtani, and the player would have trusted his English-speaking friend. Like, "Hey, Shohei, Netflix sent me an email in English asking for payment. Could you let me have your ATM?" Something as simple and as ridiculous as that. Also, to repeat, not one person has said Shohei Ohtani gambled on anything, let alone baseball. My guess is this. MLB is just trying to give the appearance of being thorough. If it changes, I'll totally own it. It totally will. But I have zero reason to believe Ohtani broke a law or a rule set by Major League Baseball for a number of reasons. One, Ohtani went to the cops. Guilty men tend not to wave at the cops and ask for their help. Two, even the accused interpreter said Shohei Ohtani, quote, thinks gambling is terrible, unquote. And three, the interpreter also told ESPN, quote, obviously, this is all my fault. Everything I've done. I'm ready to face the consequences, unquote. Does that sound like Shohei Ohtani was involved? You'd really have a long leap to make to prove it. Good luck lassoing Ohtani on this. And by the way, for all those on social media claiming that the commissioner of Major League Baseball is giving the Dodgers a free pass, that they're totally giving the Dodgers all the breaks, tell that to Trevor Bauer. Have you heard this one before? The Lakers have settled on a starting lineup. Settled. For the time being. It was done out of necessity. With the injury to Jared Vanderbilt in early February, Darvin Ham had a decision to make. Was it going to be Rui Hachimura or Taurean Prince? This time, he chose wisely. The team is 12-5 with Hachimura in the lineup. And by the way, one of those losses came with Anthony Davis getting blasted in the eye so bad that he had to leave against Golden State. So the lineup is Hachimura, Davis, LeBron James, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves. James told The Athletic he likes it because, quote, we're just very big. We have a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, unquote. And you might be sitting there saying to yourself, well, why the hell wasn't this a lineup from the get-go? Which is a great question. If you climb into the Wayback Machine and set the dial for the preseason, it was actually Vanderbilt who had the starter gig going into training camp. But he was injured. At that point, Prince won the starting gig for the following reasons. 1, he was more engaged than Hachimura. Ham wanted to reward it. 2, Hachimura had a score-first mindset, and Ham thought that would fit better on the second unit. 3, Taurean Prince has a history with Ham. 2 seasons out in Atlanta. But now the script has been flipped. Prince is coming off the bench to provide more defense to the second unit. So, there's your newfound Lakers starting lineup, and they're 12-5. Meanwhile, I'm totally getting tired of being jerked around by the scribes and the Lakers medical staff. Now there are allegations, insinuations, scuttlebutt that Jared Vanderbilt might actually return before the playoffs. This is from The Athletic. And I'm here to tell you, I'm at the point where unless I see photographic proof that the dude can run or jump, then these scribes can run and jump into a damn lake. Here is something you may have seen coming from miles away. Keenan Allen's agent did not take too kindly to the Chargers' "we did everything we could" presser 2 days ago. That whole, oh, we made Keenan so many offers, but he wanted to leave. So Joby Brannian is Allen's agent, and he goes to Twitter and wrote, "To be clear, only one offer was made. It was a pay cut with a 2-year extension, and both years had even deeper cuts to his current pay. We made a counteroffer, it was rejected, then we were informed of the Chargers' intention to trade Keenan Allen," unquote. And guys, that's on the Chargers. Absolutely. When the press hounded them about Keenan Allen, they just sort of shrugged, been complimentary as hell for all the contributions Keenan Allen gave the team, and said it simply couldn't have been worked out due to the salary cap. It's the truth. You didn't have to sit there and try and claim that you were breaking rules or making all these immaculate contract offers. You tell the truth and then you shut the hell up. Leave it at that. The Bolts agreed to add former Titans cornerback Christian Fulton to a year's contract. The dude is a bit injury prone. He's played 4 years over in Tennessee and missed 23 games. But you have to believe he's going to compete for a starting spot with the Chargers anyway. Asante Samuel was decent, but on the other hand, on the other side, you had at least 3 guys making starts last year. Meanwhile, Bolts general manager Joe Ortiz suggested he is opening to trading out of the 5th overall pick in the upcoming draft. Quote, "We'll see how it goes. It's still early, and the phone is not ringing yet because we're still a month or so out," unquote. Now, trading down might not be such a bad idea for the Chargers. Sure, you'd have your choice of every wide receiver probably at pick 5, But if you recall, they bonked their pick last year at wide receiver. The two receivers taken immediately after Quentin Johnston, Jay Flowers, Jordan Addison, both had better seasons. Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula said that despite losing Aaron Donald to retirement, the Rams will continue to use a base 3-4 defense. And I was curious about that because maybe if you're the Rams, you acknowledge that Donald drew so many double and triple teams that maybe you're better off going with 4 down linemen instead of 3. So they're not thinking that at all. And that's okay. Keep the alignment. But then you have to ask yourself, what do the Rams do to create pressure? According to Next Gen Stats, the Rams were mid last year in terms of blitzing on downs. They only did so about 27% of the time. But if you recall former defensive coordinator Wade Phillips, the Rams were in the top 10 in blitzes. Shula, by the way, worked under Phillips too. So we don't know yet if Shula is blitz averse, as Raheem Morris was, or if he's going to be all too happy to blitz, like Wade Phillips. Here we are making assumptions about the Rams again because we just don't know what they're going to look like. For that matter, we've been assuming the Rams will go defensive tackle in round 1. The edge rushers are so valuable because theoretically you get a good one, you're in the quarterback's face. So do they punt until the 2nd or 3rd round to go defensive tackle and go edge rusher with UCLA's Leatu Letu because they want to attack the quarterback from all angles? Kind of a mind screw, don't you think? The Rams signed defensive tackle Larrell Murchison to a 1-year deal. He started 3 games for the Rams last year. Obviously, he is not going to be Aaron Donald, but the Rams currently have only 4 defensive linemen on the depth chart. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski reported that the Clippers' Russell Westbrook is expected to return next week, which of course technically begins tomorrow. He had surgery to fix a break in his left hand a few weeks ago. You could absolutely make the argument that the Clippers' recent struggles could be linked to missing time, despite the fact that he comes off the bench. The LA Times is reporting that USC defensive coordinator DeAnton Lynn has put a priority on the defensive front getting bigger, and not just in terms of recruiting new people, but the guys who are already there better eat everything in the cafeteria and then hit the weight room. Braylon Shelby said he added 20 pounds and he feels more powerful coming off the edge. Lincoln Riley told Trojans Live Radio that the defensive line has added 340 pounds collectively. As for other linemen, Jamil Muhammad said that he, quote, took that personally, unquote, when it was suggested that he was too small. Quote, the weights are going to be the same wherever you are around the country. It's all about the buy-in. The Sparks have named Christine Monger as team president, but I have no idea what the hell she's going to do. So there's that. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Are you starting to buy into conspiracy theories about Shohei Ohtani? Are you okay with the Lakers' new lineup? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We are talking LA sports every single day here. And thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.